Alright, what's up with y'all? It's King Rip, you feel me? For y'all females, happy Women's Month, you feel me? Uh, this is what I've been speaking on a lot, right? So we're gonna get into this day on, you know, the legal side of it. What I tell y'all when I say that, oh, I'm just looking at vehicles at this point because they setting each other up and we're taking that. Let me show y'all what it is. So based on California law, right? And this is everywhere, but for this state, law enforcement officers engaging in actions described like gang stalking, facilitating the transmission, meaning passing STDs, and online grooming could face severe felony charges, right? And then based on these actions involving stalking, sexual misconduct, and the misuse of authority, the potential sentences is substantial and could lead to life. That's why I say they all got life sentences. You feel me? They all got life sentences. So the penal code for stalking is 646.9, right? So that's a felony. It's also a sex crime. So stalking is a wobbler offense in California, right? Felony stalking, particularly when it involves a gang, like meaning more than one, so they call it group behavior or cyber. You know what I mean? Cyber stalking, when y'all be hearing that on the Wi-Fi's in school, when y'all be hearing it in the workplace, when y'all be seeing them stuck on their phones like retards, you feel me? Like, we're already in their phones, right? So I'm just letting you know what it is, so y'all, it's easy for y'all to just be like, you know what? Forget these idiots. You feel me? And report them, because that's your money. You feel me? I'm finna get more into it. So those are all crimes, right? And then they say exactly what it is because they're saying it out of their own mouth. Like, y'all know who y'all are, y'all know who I am, right? So we already know that, you know, them being scared and trying to say they're trying to scare somebody. That's why in the law it says to cause fear carries a sentence. You feel me? And then it gets into the sentence. So mind you, every time they did it, those were every time they attempted, every time they did this, every time they did that, it was the same thing. So it was just adding up. That's why I say, if you can do 2 months or 6 months, why would you turn around and get, you know, struck out and just keep on? You get what I'm saying? Like, that's retarded. You feel me? So prior convictions or protective orders, basically, if they violated a protective order, you feel me, and did this stuff, and stalking convictions, all that other stuff, it increases to 2, 3, and 5 years. You feel me? So that's that, meaning not them, not they friends, not nobody they ran to, nobody they showed up to. I don't give a damn if it's a family member. You feel me? Like, if they were involved with it, they were involved with it. That means they violated that, and then the one that they use, which will be third party, they actually get in the cross jam with that too. You see? So this is what I've been speaking of the whole time in my videos. You feel me? Against this group. So online grooming, slash, you know, child sexual, you know, abuse, which is penal code section 288.9. You feel me? If the online grooming, because that's what that was designed for, from a predator, you get what I'm saying, of being sneaky. So when you see grown niggas running around with their phone, with these officers on their phone with the same damn voice in the background of the phone, you feel me? Y'all reporting that. That's not good. I'm a plenty daddy, so I can speak against that. You feel me? Like, it is what it is. So this is what that is. You feel me? Involving minors, like, y'all see them when I be telling y'all, like, nah, like, them even telling them to try to hold hands and all this other weird stuff, like, nigga, they charging them for that, because they do that in order to try to put somebody else, a third party, you know, and y'all relationships, so y'all can get infected and all this other stuff. Like, nah, they're charging them for that. That's why I tell y'all, stay away from that. You feel me? So this is what that is. So that's continuous sexual abuse of a child under 14 which can involve grooming, is punishable by 6, 12, and 16 years, right? So every time they try to do that, every time they try to, you know what I mean? And then you got sexual assault, which is pretty much penal code 832.7, right? If the stalking leads to sexual assault, additionally serious prison time is added, right? So that's that. So then you got conspiracy, meaning they plotted it out. They plotted it out. You feel me? So that's Penal Code 182, right? Meaning as a group, you know what I mean? As a group, or as a group of officers, as a group, period, right? They could likely be charged with conspiracy, which can carry penalties equal to the underlying crime. You feel me? Potentially stacking, meaning adding sentences for multiple victims, meaning everybody that they ran to. I don't give a damn if it was their family member, a co-worker, you feel me? Like, or a friend or a girlfriend. They're confessing. I told you, I'm gonna keep them talking, and they're gonna say all the wrong stuff. You feel me? And y'all take advantage of the light. I told y'all to do that. You feel me? This is Women's Month, so when they catching them tantrums and they got all the wrong stuff to say, you feel me? Like, y'all get that. That's y'all money. You feel me? That's y'all money. So aggravated factors and life sentences. So life in prison in cases where law enforcement officers use their position, like y'all see when they be trying to put on them sirens, and then they go over, oh, we're trying to do this, go over here, go over there, and all this other weird stuff. Like, come on, you feel me? Weak. You feel me? When they use their positions for to groom or sexually abuse victims, particularly minors, you feel me? I mean, it don't matter at what age you are, but particularly minors, because the way they do stuff is only meant for, you know, people that don't really think about this stuff, because their little world haven't, you know, made decisions on stuff like that. You get what I'm saying? Now y'all all mature. Now y'all know what to avoid. Now y'all know what to report. You feel me? That's why they've been trying to obstruct justice so damn much, like running and hiding. Oh, we want this to happen, and then they run off somewhere. They're trying to provoke, and then they run off somewhere. You feel me? Like, they're stupid, because every time they've been doing that to y'all, every time I even seen it, like, that's why I make fun of it when they try to racially profile. Oh, he's wearing this, he's doing this, or this is happening, and then I'm getting on the bus or I'm getting on the metro, and I'm just right there, you know, the light shining everywhere. I'm right there, y'all lights is lighting up, and I'm just right there kicking it, going to my destination, right? Okay, so when I'm doing that and they're sitting back and they're trying to pretend they're doing this or that, my nigga, they're charging them. They're charging those officers too for telling them, but they're charging them as well. You feel me? And a prolonged period, particularly is over a prolonged period, because that takes a long time. You can't just get in somebody's phone and then expect them to sit back and just open up to you. That takes a long time. You feel me? So a prolonged period, life sentences have been imposed, meaning there's been people that got life before. You feel me? That's been doing that due to a high level of danger posed to the public. So when they're openly showing that they're dying, their eyes sucked to the back of their head, they got creases in their faces, and they're excessively bending over, you cannot offer somebody something like that. You can't even tell somebody something like that. You feel me? Like, you can't even tell them, go down the street and, you know, try to peep and tom this person, because that goes into stalking. It goes into all types of other stuff. You feel me? But I'm giving y'all all y'all grounds, and I'm giving y'all everything that y'all can, you know, just a little kickstart. You feel me? So 3 strikes law, right? A felony stalking conviction can count as a strike in California, right? So meaning subsequent offenses can result in 25 years to life. So imagine when you got these idiots, they're predators already, right? Calling themselves gang stalkers, council culture, whatever. They domestic terrorists to us. You feel me? Like, they just can't terrorize a damn thing. You feel me? They're that look on their face, they're being terrorized. You feel me? They're being, you know, convicted. They're guilty. You feel me? They're guilty. They're going through scarcity. They're scared. You feel me? But they're confessing. Now, on the spiritual level, y'all know that I gave them the mark of the beast, because they were eating bodies during COVID. They were passing COVID for these same type of officers. You feel me? So they deserve that. This land is holy. You feel me? So everything's designed right now. What I'm doing with y'all right now, you can make sure that's in the category of Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 2. Because what I'm speaking of right now is verse 1. That's how those officers was telling them to do this and go here and do this. Now they all just stupid dumb. You feel me? Trying to beg people not to report them, because they know y'all gonna get money and they're gonna be charged. They can't linger. You feel me? So The three strikes law is what it is. So imagine if they're constantly striking each other out. Like, come on now, you feel me? That's stupid. Nothing to do with the streets. Ain't nothing political on the streets or in jail or anywhere can sit back and say, oh yeah, we support this. Yeah, you go. Like, that's not gonna happen. You feel me? That's not gonna happen at all. What I'm doing is helping out all of y'all and your families. You feel me? Something that other people didn't do, or they just didn't care, or they didn't think about it, or they position is something totally different against this group, regardless of what it is. You feel me? Like I'm doing mine. You feel me? So federal charges, right? If the gang stalking and grooming involves interstate commerce using internet, meaning when they be screaming out social media, we did this, and I be telling y'all, everybody on my platform, everybody that mentioned anything, everybody that even commented on anything, you get what I'm saying? Like, I'm finna make sure y'all are paid. And then y'all were going through your own stuff. So now imagine that they crossed state lines when they got online and started acting like they're reaching out to people, but they had all the bad stuff to say. Excuse me. Right? Using internet services to harass or communicate across state lines, the officers could face federal charges up to 5 years, right? And federal prison per count. So every time they did it, that was a count. Every time they mentioned it, that was a count. Every time they're screaming out, we got them, those were counts. And that was your money. Like I said, that those are new grounds to open up against you get what I'm saying? Because they use certain individuals, just like Congress already said, meaning they traced everything back to the department in the first place. Now, moving along. Then you got, let's see. Okay, so the cyber stalking, that y'all know what that is now. That goes into all types of, so California cyber stalking law makes it a crime to stalk somebody using an electronic communication device or a form of online harassment through, obviously, you feel me? So imagine the parties that was involved, and then they're trying to cover it up, which why the new laws, you get what I'm saying, letting it be known like, nah, you can't do that. That's federal. You feel me? There you go. So that's that. Now we're gonna go down because I don't want this video to be too long of anything. The cyber stalking, we already did that. And then regular stalking, that's on there too, because it's just Penal Code Section 646.9 A. That's what that is. You feel me? And then it goes into all the other stuff. So they even got cyberbullying on here when they don't want to stop harassing you. They don't want to get off y'all schools or y'all workplace intercoms and all this other stuff. Like, somebody's behind the scene that works there sitting back doing that or allowing that to happen. Because if you notice, they like turning volume levels up and down. You feel me? Which is stupid. It's dumb. All right, now let's get to this one. Can you go to jail for transmitting an STD, right? So this is under the California law of Health and Safety Code of 120/290, right? So I want y'all to pay close attention because they think that, all you need to do is be in consent. And I'm telling y'all, there is no consent. It's also violating federal law with sanitation, right? So trip out on this. People who know they are infected with an STD can be liable if they intentionally infect someone else. Meaning they know they got a gang of stuff that they're dying from, and then they go out and they try to make it seem like, oh, it's just this or it's just that, or they was just clean altogether, right? Trip out on this. They can also be held liable if they got a third party to transmission, meaning they got somebody else to transmit it, right? So their STD to somebody else, meaning that will never be legal. Somebody having a group of individuals that's dying from diseases, and then they turn around and they say, oh, well, we're just boyfriend and girlfriend and this and this and that. No, actually you're not. You're speaking hate crimes against females, and then people like that's into females. So you're not a couple, you're a spam. Do you get what I'm saying? And that's why I call them that, because it's made up. And then they sit back and then they think that they can pass diseases, but what they're doing is they were infecting. You get what I'm saying? And then running to third parties like, oh, you know, we're a couple, so I know somebody that you could be a couple with. Like, nah, nigga, that ain't gonna work that way. You feel me? Like, we don't leave the door looking for who's in the couple and who's in this. Like, you get what I'm saying? They're a couple of bees, if you ask me. You feel me? And when I say that, I mean bassets. You feel me? Flat out. So the criminal laws concerning STD transmission went through major changes in 2018. So California law no longer makes it a distinction between HIV/AIDS and other STDs, right? Then it has California HSC, right? HSC 120/290 makes it a crime to intentionally pass or transmit an infectious disease, and this includes sexual transmitted diseases like HIV, AIDS, chlamydia, gonorrhea, something they don't talk about the chlamydias. They don't talk about the gonorrheas neither, but they talk about the herpes. They talk about herpes a lot. Remember, they said it before. We're trying to pass him, meaning they were trying to pass me, right? Right. We're trying to pass him AIDS and herpes. That's why I said it was a premeditated attempted murder. Now, when y'all see them out there doing what they're doing, oh yeah, really? Nah. They got too many life sentences. So for y'all to sit back and be on something way more healthier, you feel me? And I'm signing y'all up. I'm healing y'all up. That's proven. That's facts. You feel me? That's about to hit the court too. So they would have never passed me a damn thing. You feel me? They're not consistent in none of their smears. They've been talking about themselves. So trip out on this, right? The legal implications of Penal Code, basically 288 violations in California arising from hiding when they resulted in sting yeah, we'll get to all of that later. Basically, they're on them already, but they talk a lot about a lot of stuff that, like even on the you know, the stuff when it comes to, you know, dating sites and stuff like that, that's still online. You feel me? Like, they're still on that. You feel me? Like, and they're stupid. But y'all needed to hear this because this is a lot of money for y'all. You feel me? That was my purpose of doing this. You feel me? State and federal stalking laws, meaning under let's see, federal law provides some tools to combat cyber stalking under 18 USC 875C. It is a federal crime, punishable up to 5, right? So imagine all of these things that they've been doing, right? And how it just add up, and then the years that they've been doing it, and then how long that they've been in their phone, hearing them do it. You feel me? And seeing them do it. And I'm telling y'all, like, nigga, this is what I went up against. This is what I ended with the Klan, and how they was sitting back trying to use these sellouts to do this and do that, and the whole time they were doing this. And like, come on now, you feel me? Like, niggas didn't lie to y'all. You feel me? Didn't lie at all. So for that note, you feel me? Y'all, this is what I tell y'all. You feel me? Y'all make sure that y'all report them. You feel me? All of the stuff that y'all be seeing when they driving in the cars and they on the street, and y'all seen them, y'all security camera seen them, whether it's on your vehicle or on your you know, your business, your housing, whatever it is. You feel me? That's y'all evidence too. You feel me? When you're catching the metro, when you're catching the, you know, anything, you see, you even hear it on a street corner. You feel me? Or them running around with their personal phones connected to their, you know, their Bluetooth, and they're trying to be, you know, suggestive with whatever harassment. Think of all the stuff that I just mentioned, and then add up all their criminal intent. You feel me? To pass those deadly diseases for those idiots, because they don't use, you get what I'm saying? People who's healthy. Flat out. They don't use them. I was in there. You feel me? To the point where they can't force house me. They can't even force arrest me. They can't do nothing anymore. You feel me? So when they run to workplaces, when they run here, when they run there, and they're saying, oh, this and that, we're trying to consider those confessions. You feel me? They're too dumbfounded to understand what they're doing. They're confessing. Do you get what I'm saying? And they're going to run to all their own workplaces. Do you get what I'm saying? So when y'all see that, y'all keep on reporting them because that's your moolah. You feel me? And I don't want y'all without bread. I'm thinking of all the stuff that's finna come after these lawsuits because we're the last major lawsuits. You feel me? So all of the prisons, because of what I already kicked off and everything that what I'm doing now with y'all, and now we're doing it together, everybody's finna have their cases reheard. Because that's how these officers were not trusted no more. We already did this protesting against racism in the department. So for them to sit back and use individuals to try to harass or stalk or whatever the excuse want to be, right? That means nothing. That means nothing because it's not protecting and serving. Do you get what I'm saying? So y'all get y'all thing on, and it's also bringing the country more together. It's bringing that diversity, that's bringing that inclusion, so everybody's needs is being met, and it's pushing everything to do with white supremacy tactics and everything else with these sellouts. That's all they ever did anyway, was produce the struggle, and we already know what the struggle is. You feel me? So that's pushing them out. That's transitioning so everybody can get in the workplace, so everybody can get equal housing, and so nobody's sitting back hiding in housing or in a workplace watching another American for them behind the scene trying to pretend like they were doing something legal, and the whole time they were spying. Snowden did his thing when he went to other countries to let it be known how they were doing it, where they were working at, and everything else, and what they were. Look how much money he got. How much money you really think I got? And I don't really mention it. Not too much of any. But long as y'all know that I'm pushing it back to y'all. And then I'm helping y'all get where it is. And then I'm finna pay for the second Exodus when this is all done. Do you get what I'm saying? So while we're completing scripture, while we're doing everything in perfect balance, you feel me? They're off balance. They don't know how to, differentiate what is and what ain't. Do you get what I'm saying? They're too busy stuck in their own frame of mind. And they're literally on their deathbed, and they don't even get it. You cannot, pretend and pretend and pretend. And all they've been pretending was that they can do the same thing or the same topic, the same pop-ups, the same roll-bys, the same, try to look at you and all this other. Like, that's stupid. You feel me? Nobody's gonna throw their life away for an officer trying to obstruct justice. Do you get what I'm saying? Nobody's finna throw their freedom away or their housing or their jobs away or anything to do with their family, let alone let an officer tell them how to do or how to talk in front of their family because they don't have no damn mind. Do you get what I'm saying? So what's right is right, and y'all keep reporting them. Do you get what I'm saying? Because there's another thing, and I want y'all to look this up too. Funding a domestic terrorist. Look that up. And then see why I've been telling y'all cut off y'all assets from them, because it's going to say it in there about, when you are funding them, you're giving them materialistic stuff. So that's their vehicles that I told y'all we taking from them because they tried to use that against us, right? Because it helped them stalk, it helped them harass, it helped them do all of that. So we snatching these, you get what I'm saying? So everything that do with materialistic, whether it's money, food, something to drink, smoke on, something, you get what I'm saying? Like gas money, you get what I'm saying? Y'all cut that off from them. Clothes, y'all cut that off. They want all that. They can go to, the shelters and get that for free. Do you get what I mean? They want food. They got that at shelters too. You feel me? So nobody should be asking y'all about anything to do with finances or trying to fund them. Y'all are not here to fund their life. Y'all can report that too. Do you get what I'm saying? And even trying to have them in your house. Do you get what I'm saying? That's not good. Y'all know who y'all in contact with and everything else, so y'all blasing through it. Those of y'all that's blasing. Them not. You know why? Because they're caught by everybody else. They're caught and they stand out alone. Do you get what I'm saying? Just like when the feds ran in and when they were integrating everything and they ran in houses, they specifically took out who was the problem, right? Okay, they're in jail right now telling on everybody that's out here that was involved with them, right? I don't care about them mentioning my name. The court already knows everything about me. It doesn't matter. You feel me? So that's what that is, right? And they're right in there with the officer that's the ones that's on these Wi-Fis. Do you feel me? And what are they doing? Just backing and forthing it? You feel me? So who cares about that, right? So these ones out here on the street, they're being wrapped up too. And what are y'all seeing them do? Asking who to be their friend? Each other, right? And then looking stupid and dumb because they know it's over already. You feel me? That we was in their phone. We're in their stuff. So we got the whole history. So I say all of this to say y'all don't have to buy a damn thing for them. Nobody looks good or cool running around saying they want somebody to spend money down to they want somebody to spend food stamps. Do you get what I'm saying? That's too bougie. You feel me? That's too bougie. And I'm showing y'all how short their life is. Don't get used to them. Do not get used to them at all. You feel me? Because nobody who's promoting you will try to demote you and try to put themselves above you. Do you get what I'm saying? That has nothing to do with a trophy wife, a trophy girlfriend, or anything else. That has something to do with a bum trying to take you somewhere in life where you don't want to be. So now y'all got it. So all this Women's Month, y'all do that. And we're going to keep it going.